Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to share an article with you, Akiyam and Akwath, going into the vain attempt of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and the rest of his minions, and their efforts to pursue immortality by 2030. And you know what this all evolves around is these devils pretty much trying to take back the birthright. You know, because what does the birthright consist of? Everlasting dominion. Okay, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, you know, through his technology, okay, is trying to create a synthetic immortality. Okay, he's trying to be like the Most High. And ultimately, he's trying to outsmart Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, you know, which is impossible. Being that Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai created you wicked bastards. So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, I just wanted to get into this article real briefly and grab some precepts, and Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwath are edified. So before we get into this article, let's grab this real quick. You know, because the beautiful thing about these scriptures is that they pinpoint and target, okay, the devil that the Bible speaks of, man, whom is none other than Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You know, this word, which is, you know, likened unto water, fire, you know, and light, you know, is shining on this devil. You see, and all of his moves can be seen. You know, and this man he's feeling the pressure. This is why ultimately, you know, Amos 8, you know, it's going to come into fruition. There's going to be a famine of the word. You see, because this word, you know, the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, you know, through his men are exposing this man, okay, to be a liar. Because pursuant to the scriptures, his synthetic immortality is unreachable. There's no way, no how Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is gonna allow you to dwell forevermore, man. Hey, that's not part of prophecy. All right, prophecy says you're gonna be moved out the way. The book of Psalms, chapter 49, and verse 11, and it reads, "Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations." Right? Through the pride of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he truly thinks he can achieve immortality, you know, through his technology. You know, he's dead serious, man. You know, these are the things that this damn devil's up to. You know, and here it is, you got Jake playing around with the word, okay, still caught up in folly. You know, while your arch enemy's doing all manners of wickedness in efforts to keep you in a perpetual slavery, man. Perpetual captivity. You see? They call their lands after their own names, right? Hey, starting with America. Okay? Which was named after Amerigo Vespucci. Okay? Who was an Italian explorer, merchant, and I believe he was a navigator as well. Okay, he was out of the Republic of Florence. Okay, and his America derives from his name. You see, which is an Edomite. He's an Edomite. And then when you go into the, you know, these towns and cities and streets okay, in Babylon the Great, aka America. A lot of them are named after Edomites, man. You see, so hey, the scriptures are undefeated. This is pinpointing and targeting evil E. You see? But again, this whole synthetic immortality, it's a vain thought that's not going to be achieved. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is not going to allow it. Let's go into this article real quick. Now, this is from the Economic Times, and it's dated March 31st, 2023, so it's fresh off the press. And the title reads, "Humans will attain immortality, okay, with the help of I can't see, I was to get you for that, so y'all can see it, all right? So I'll call it nano. We'll call it nano. We'll leave it there, even though I might be pushing the envelope. But humans will attain immortality with the help of nano by 2030, claims former Google scientist." They didn't say might. They didn't say possibilities. No, they said humans will attain immortality with the help of nano by 2030. Says who? Says who, man? You see, hey, this is the pride of these demons, man. This is why the book of Jeremiah coins them as the most proud. There's no out of all the creatures on the planet Earth, okay, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is the most proud. Let me get a quick precept real quick. Says who? Let's get this real quick, and then we're going to read through that article. The book of Lamentations, chapter 3, and verse 37, and it reads, "Who is he that saith, and it cometh to pass, when the Lord commandeth it not?" Right? Who in the hell are you to confirm, okay, that by 2030 humans will attain immortality? You see? You see the stance of this proud devil? And this is why seeing this man getting knocked off his high horse is going to be so beautiful. Because in his mind, he can't be stopped. See, through his technology, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has allowed this man to reach limits with his technology to the point where he thinks he's smarter than the Creator. You see, he can see immortality at arm's length through his technology. And now he's to the point where now he's just like, he thinks in his feeble mind, he thinks he's smarter than the Creator. Again, this is why it's going to be so beautiful to see this man knocked off of his high horse, man, upon his visitation. Lord willing, we get to see it, Akiyam and Akwa. Let's get a little bit of this article. Have you ever thought of living for years and years without worrying about dying? Up until now, immortality has been a concept that many have dwelled on, but if the prediction made by a former Google employee is anywhere to be true, then we might be on the path to achieve it soon. And again, this is part of the birthright. Okay? This is part of the promises that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai made with us, man. That we'll be immortal in the eon to come. You see? Evil Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is pretty much trying to rob us of our blessing, man. You see? Because if he is able to accomplish this, hey, what's that mean? Hey, we're going to be in captivity forever, man. That's not scriptural. And now, and that's a false balance to the Lord. It's not written that Esau, the mountains of Esau will reign forevermore. No. The God of Israel promised that our so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay, are going to reign and dwell forevermore, man. Okay? Under Yahweh Shai, King David, 12 disciples, the 144,000 men, okay, which makes up the governing body, and the rest of the nation, man. Starting with the 1/3. Okay? this is what's prominent. And the phone chimed in. Esau, Edom is pursuing the biblical prophecy. There's great pending judgment, okay, on the nation of Edom. And this is why it's critical to know who these characters are in the Bible. Because when you start if the Spirit's resting upon you, and you're able to put the puzzle pieces together, as far as the scriptures, these characters, and who they are real time, what you're gonna find out, okay, is that who's ruling the earth right now are the biblical Edomites, okay, starting with the Amalekites, okay, the head tribe of the Edomites, man. The Khazars, the small hats. You see? These are the international banking families. These are the ones that run everything, man. From TV to airplanes moving, okay, to the monetary system, economic system, all of it, man. Job 9:24, okay? These are the devils, man. And if they're able to accomplish this, hey, that means we'll be under their foot for eternity. Not going to happen pursuing the biblical prophecy. And Lord willing, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, we're going to prove it. Okay? Let's continue on. Ray Kurzweil, a former Google engineer, has made a shocking prediction that humans will become immortals in just 7 years. So far, close to 86% of his 147 predictions have been correct. Well, I can guarantee you this one won't be. Guarantee, pursuing the biblical prophecy. In 1999, the computer scientist and former Google engineer received the National Medal of Technology. And you can imagine, you better put hey, guaranteed, all right, that grain of rice, okay, is going to be one of the situations necessary in order to accomplish this. Is how they're going to pitch this. That MOTB, Revelations 13 and 16, guaranteed. See? Because if there's one thing everyone's scared of, all right, besides the elect, being that we have the inside understanding through the scriptures of what death really entails, everybody's scared of death, man. Outside of the elect, hey, Lord willing, we're part of that precious number. You know, outside of the hopeful elect. You see? And even sometimes the flesh still plays tricks on you. But ultimately, we understand, you know, there's no such thing as death. But the masses don't know these things. Okay? If the masses could live forever, they would. See? So you can imagine this man's going to pitch that grain of rice, okay, as a necessary applicator or application to you being able to be immortal, man. You see? He's got to make it real enticing for the masses to take it. Let's continue on. In the past, the scientists' predictions have become accurate, inspiring a cult following among other future thinkers. While many of his predictions have come true, a claim made by Kurzweil in his 2005 book, The Singularity is Near, has resurfaced online after YouTube channel OBADIAH shared a 2-part clip sharing insights from the book. The comments made by Kurzweil has kickstarted a debate on social media on immortality and if at all humans will achieve it. You know, the only ones that are going to achieve immortality are the Israelites, man, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, pursuing the biblical prophecy. Okay? The Edomites are going to be done away with, pursuing the OBADIAH 1 and 18, man. After that 1,000 drawn out captivity that these devils got to serve with the rest of the heathen while they build up the kingdom. You see? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is not going to be part of the earth rejoicing, man. No, pursuing the biblical prophecy, they're going to be moved out the way. In his book, the scientists predicted that technology will allow humans, see, technology is their God, man. You people are going to realize that too late. Especially you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, for the majority of you. You're the last to find out anything. Okay? What you're going to find out is that your arch enemy, Evil E, okay, and the rest of these heathen, their God is technology, man. Okay? When you seeing God we trust on that dollar, on that money, it's not talking about the God of the Bible, man. You see? It's not talking about the God of the Bible. Okay, remember, all God means is power. You see? Hey, they're not talking about the power of the Bible. They're not talking about Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And you people are going to find that out. You know, those of you outside of the council of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. In his book, the scientists predicted that the technology will allow humans to enjoy an everlasting life by 2030. These damn devils are proud. See how confident they are? They really think they're going to accomplish this. He also talked about genetics, right? And I'm going to leave it at nano. You see it. Robotics and more. You see? Hey, these devils are adamant. Hey, because it's the pride, man. This is why when you go into OBADIAH, what's it say? The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. They've deceived themselves. They're so damn proud. Let me get that. Let's get into these scriptures. Lord willing, I'm going to put the article in the description box for you, Akim and Akwa. There's a bit more in there. But that's all I needed through the Spirit and for the sake of time. It's a pretty long article. Well, not long, but it's a bit more to read. The book of OBADIAH, chapter 1 and verse 3, and it reads, the pride of, and matter of fact, let's go back. Let's read it from the top real quick. The vision of OBADIAH, thus saith the Lord, power concerning Edom, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay? We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. You see? So this chapter is orienting around Esau. Okay? I'm going to jump down to verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high. And this man's been dwelling in high habitation since the days of old. Okay? He was in the clefts of the rocks back in Petra and Mount Seir. And now look around you now, we got skyscrapers. And who was the first, who created the first skyscraper in Chicago? An Edomite. Look it up. Okay? This is this devil. Like I said in the beginning of this lesson, through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, the Bible pinpoints and targets Evil E. You see? Who shall bring me down to the ground? And we know, pursuing to Isaiah 63, it's going to be Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Who is this that coming from Edom? Okay? With dyed garments from Basra. You see? Evil E is going to be taken down by our power. This is why the Lord said to wait ye upon him until he rises up to the prey. See? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to meet these devils. He's not going to meet these devils as a man, pursuing to Isaiah 47. A divine power is going to take you devils down, man. You see? A divine power. Let's go here. The book of Isaiah, chapter 14. I'm going to start at verse 12. Right? This devil thinks he's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You're sadly mistaken, bastard. The book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 12, and it reads, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? And this is not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. That's not another name for the spiritual demon Satan. Okay? Contrary to popular belief, Evil E's doctrine, right, will tell you that that's talking about the spiritual demon Satan. No. All Lucifer means, or Luciferian, all that means is light bearer. Okay? and evil E's bearing the light on the left-hand side. Okay? Us Israelites, starting with the elect, Lord willing, we're part of that precious number, are the light bearers on the right. You see? This is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, man. The physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. Okay? These elite are the light bearers, man. You see? How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, light bearers on the left-hand side, like I said before, right? Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations, right? And you're going to be cut down to the ground again by our power, by a divine power, by Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, our power, the God of Israel, man. And this damn devil weakened the nations, how? Through many ways, man, through his philosophies, right? Through his laws, right? His economics, right? You know, through his ways of life that they've adopted, right? His abominable ways. You see? This is why scripture goes into how the nations were mad. What's that? Revelations 11 and 18, man. And thy wrath is come. You see? These nations are going to wake up to the fact that evil E, he didn't have it. See? For thou hast said in thine heart, right, in thy mind, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Right, and this man has gone to space. No, he hasn't gone to the moon, but he's gone to space. You can see his hands out there, man. That's why you have space junk. Why? Because Esau been there. See? Esau's been in the outer orbit. That's why there's space junk out there. Just another thing he's going to have to pay for. You see? I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation, right? Like upon the mount of the congregation of the who? The Israelites, man. Right? We're found in this man's hands. In the sides of the north. What's that talking about? North America, Mystery Babylon the Great, aka America, man. See? This damn devil is doing all manners of wickedness out of this land. And it's springboards, for lack of better words, throughout all four corners of the earth. This is why when you read Revelation 17 and 5, is it? It says, Mystery Babylon the Great, the abominations of the earth, roughly paraphrasing. All right, this is the way he thrusts out all his filth, man. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And we see this in this article, man. We see this in this article. We see this mindset in this article. And who's leading the charge? All right, with this out of reach agenda? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, man. That's who. Because he's the one running the world right now. All right? Whether you people believe that or not. Let's get a little more. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Right? You're going to be brought low. You're going to be brought low, man. We quoted earlier, Isaiah 47. You're going to sit in the dust, man. And the phone chimed in. There ain't going to be no throne in a minute. You're going to be brought down to a very low estate. The lowest of the lowest. And that day's fastly approaching. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? So we got to stop right there. If we jump up 3 precepts, Okay, 4 precepts rather. How is Lucifer, the spiritual demon, saying? Right here it's saying that this is a man. Verse 12 saying Lucifer, son of the morning. Verse 16 is going into how it's a man. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Right. How did he do that? Through bombing these nations, man. This is why this man was blessed with the sword. Back in Genesis, the 27th chapter. His man's been blessed with a, this is why he has a deadly army, man. Some of the most powerful army. He was blessed with a deadly weapon, man. You see? This is why he can't help but use it. It's not a coincidence why this man loves to hunt. Okay? This is how he's wired. This is how we know he's Esau. One of many reasons how we know. Okay? We also know by the fact that he likes to eat bloody meat. Okay? He's a man of the field. He's a cunning hunter. Okay? He's a liar, deceiver, accuser of thy brethren. Many reasons how we know, man. He's profane. You see? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is a physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, man. You see, and this man, if he could have it his way, hey, he will be on top forever. But that's not what the scriptures say. Okay, pursuant to the scriptures, us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to have that everlasting dominion, man. Through our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Let's start here to prove it. Let's go to Isaiah 60. Let's make some points real quick through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. As a matter of fact, let me jump into the blue letter real quick. The book of Isaiah, chapter 60, and check this out. The title reads what? A glorified Zion. And that word Zion in the Paleo Hebrew is what? Tazayuan, which means monument or memorial, man. And when you look it up in the lexicon, it's another way to say Jerusalem, man. Just talking about so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the nation of Israel, man. And the phone chimed in. Now let's jump down to verse 15. The book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 15, it reads, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated. Okay? And again, that's obviously talking about our so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Doesn't scripture say, gather yourself together, O nation not desired? I believe that's Zephaniah, I want to say. You see? Our so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. We've been forsaken and hated, man. Bearing the shame, man. Of being under the foot of our enemies, man. We have that track record, man, of being slaves. See? But guess what? So let's continue on. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee. Right? They don't want to go through where we live at. And if they do come through where we live at, they're just coming through. You know, the laugh at Jake. You know what I mean? To come through, gazing at the way Jake is living. As if they're like when you go to the zoo, you know, you go to see the animals, and you know what I mean. That's how evil E comes through, and the rest of these heathen that got it made. You see, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee in eternal excellency. What's that mean? A joy of many generations, immortality, man, everlasting kingdom. See, the kingdom of Yasha'al is going to be forever. Not the kingdom of the Edomites. Let's get another precept to prove that. Let's go to Daniel. You're reaching, E, with that whole immortality by 2030. You're reaching. The book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 44, and it reads, and in the days of these kings, what kings? All these heathen done reigned, man. Ancient Babylonians, the Neo-Babylonians, right? The Assyrians, the Greeks, the Romans, okay? All these heathen that done reigned, okay? In the days of these kings shall the God of heaven, right, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. Okay? And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms. See? And it shall stand forever. This is talking about the kingdom of Yasha Allah. Let's get another precept to prove that. Real quick, let's get this. This just came to mind. Psalms 47. And I'm going to start at I'll start at the second verse. The book of Psalms, chapter 47 and verse 2, and it reads, for the Lord Most High is terrible and is a great king over the earth. And in the days to come, all right, you people are going to be reminded of that. You people are going to be reminded, okay, that the God of the Bible was once coined as Allah Shadia, a demon-like power. Okay, and when he exercises his judgments like the days of old and the days to come, you people are going to remember, okay, that the God of the Bible and his only begotten son, they're not all about love. You see? They're not all about love, and they're not all about the heathen nations. Everybody can be saved. Universal doctrine. No. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to destroy 2/3 of his people, man. What makes you think that he gives a damn about these heathen? But you people gonna find that out in the days to come when these judgments go forth, okay, in the form of these calamities that are gonna be sent, and ultimately those missiles, okay, when those missiles are sent, okay, and they're not turned back, okay, this is when you people gonna realize, oh, the men that were prophesying these things, they weren't lying. What's that, Ezekiel 33? Then shall you know that a prophet was among you, man. Let's continue on. Let's get to the point. He shall subdue the people under us, Salakia. He shall subdue the people under us. Who? Our so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, the nation of Israel. And the nations under our feet. You see? You heathen nations are going to be subdued, man. Yasha Allah got that everlasting dominion coming, man. Hey, whether you people can believe it or not, Evil E and the rest of you heathen are out of here, man. You're being moved out the way. Everyone's getting put back in their rightful lots upon the return of Yahweh Shai. Everybody's getting put back in their rightful lots. Let's continue on. With Yasha Allah being on top, okay? The rest of you heathen nations being under us, man. And Esau Edom being at the bottom of the bottom. Okay, and like I said before, thus says the Bible, Obadiah 1 and 18, after 1,000 years of heavy, brutal, dragged out captivity for 1,000 years, evil eased through, pursuing the Obadiah 1 and 18, man. Hey, I didn't write it. Psalms 47 and 4. He shall choose our inheritance for us. The excellency of Jacob, see, whom he loved, Salah. Who's Jacob? The progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. His name was changed to Israel in Genesis, the 32nd chapter. Okay? This is talking about the whole nation, man. This is what this thing is about, man. Rulership, man. Dominion. And it's coming to Yasha Allah. Let's get another one. Let's keep... Let's keep banging them out with the truth, right? The book of Micah chapter 4 and verse 1, and it reads, but in the last days it shall come to pass. This is prophecy right here. And we are in the last of the last of the last days, man. When Yahweh Shai popped up on the scene, that was the last days, man. We're now in the last of the last of the last days, man. You see? But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it, man. See, the mountains of the house of the Lord. The mountain represents the government, man, of Israel. Mountains and hills. Mountains represent bigger governments. Hills represent smaller ones. You see, the the people are going to flow unto Yasha Allah. And what are they going to say? And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and to the house of the power of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Yeah, we're going to get our land back, damn demons, after it gets hit with missiles and cleansed. Okay? From all the abomination you damn small hats have been executing on that land. Okay? We're going to get that land back, man, pursuing to the scriptures. We just read it. You see? But the point of the matter is what? We have that everlasting dominion coming, man. Immortality. Okay? Everlasting life. You see, because at this point in time, what we're reading right here in Micah, at this point in time where the nations are going to say, let's come up and go up to the mountain. Hey, Esau's going to be through. See? The kingdom's going to be established and built. OBADIAH 1:18 is going to have been executed, man. And the heathen nation, these people are going to still have to die like men. See? We're going to be immortal at this, way before, I mean, obviously we will be immortal at this point. We're going to be, Lord willing, we're part of that precious number. We're going to be immortal once Yahweh Shai hits the scene. Scripture says, what's that, 1 Corinthians 15? We're going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye. Instantly, man. And again, in the kingdom of heaven, only the Israelites are going to be immortal. The rest of the people are going to still have to die like men. And let's prove it. Let's close out right here. The book of Sirach, the point's made already. That evil is reaching. And pursuing the biblical prophecy, okay, he's not going to be able to fulfill his immortality by 2030. It's unreachable. He's reaching. It's unreachable, man. Unreachable. All you're going to have is a bunch of Frankensteins walking around here, man. Out of their mind. Right? The book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 25, and it reads, the days of the life of man may be numbered, but the days of Israel are innumerable. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwaf were edified. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Halalium La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Quadash. Shalom.